Hello. This video is a follow-up video to the first one I did on my Train Player JMRI mashup. And this one is just kind of pointing out some of the changes I've made since that first version. My goals in making these changes are, one, to better conform Train Player to what JMRI wants, and to better conform JMRI to what Train Player wants. And I also wanted to increase the flexibility or editability of this whole thing just to make changes easier. On the JMRI side, we'll start here with the car roster. This is the car roster, and the way it keeps track of cars is it's by road and number. So just kind of like the prototype, so the road name is here and then the road number is here. And on Train Player, you don't get that, you get a car label. So I'll show you on the Train Player side how I handle that. The biggest change I've made is here on the manifest. I had this kind of ridiculous requirement that you format the manifest in an exact particular way, and that was kind of nutty. It took a lot more lines of script, but I got rid of it. And now Train Player just reads the raw data that's exported when you build a train in JMRI. And the other thing I did on this side is I've decided, for now at least, this could change, but for now at least I'm doing all the locations and track editing on the JMRI side. So to ease that, I added a little script and a script button that once you change all the location information on the JMRI side, you can export it into a file that Train Player can read. And I may go back to doing it the other way, but so far this is a pretty easy way of doing it. Let's see, on the Train Player side, we'll use this layout here. This is a little shelf layout that I drew that is actually really difficult to switch efficiently, so it's a heck of a challenge. I'll show you how I do car labels. Here's a typical car. We'll just pull up the properties, and what I did is I just simply combined the road name and the road number into one combined file and call that the car label. Since we're piggybacking onto advanced ops, it doesn't really matter how big the car label is anymore because you're just switching on location, so it kind of works out. The other thing I did is I really wanted to have support for extended characters or language support. So you can see this is like a gross overuse of different kinds of characters that aren't typically found in standard English, and I'm just kind of using and abusing it just to make sure everything works. And the first thing I did is I repurposed the Q key to now pull up languages. So I got 1 for English, 2 for Google French, 3 for Google German, and 4 for Google Spanish. So if you press 2, you're now in French mode. So if you press H, I kept H for help, the menus and everything are now in French. Or if you press Q3, help, now all the menus are in Google German. So let's just keep it in English for now. And let's see, yippers, we're back to English. And let's see. Oh, I also added a home and end key to the manifest. So you read in the manifest the same way you did last time. Read it and press the M key. It's loading, and there's our first work event. I'm sticking with the idea of work events because that works really pretty well. But you can see here on the switch list for this work event, it's got the accent here and the umlauts here, so it's doing a pretty good job of supporting extended characters. We can zoom up on some cars here, and on their location, here's a German character for the double S, umlaut over the O, the yen sign. So like I said, it's kind of a ridiculous use of extended characters. This NO, the degree sign for number. So it's doing a pretty good job. So you can see that it's doing that. And let's see on the car bar, you can see it's also carrying over the extended characters on that too. So I think I've got support for extended characters pretty well handled. So like I said, I've also added a home and end key, so you can just press end and go to the last work event. And in practice, I have found that that actually works out pretty good. Page up still works like page up did, and page down still works like page down did. And that's it for the changes. Some of the points that I didn't make in the first video, I guess I'll make now, because I thought I might change them, but I decided not to. So one thing I'm sticking with is that conceptually, all cars, at least in my subroutine, all cars are loaded. So every car is loaded all the time. So I define empty as basically a load of nothing. You may have noticed that I'm not using the closed top load symbol here, the red bars. And I've been using Train Player for 7 years now, and with advanced ops, I kind of, and also there's a new car art editing thing coming, so would rather just sort of look at the tops of the car. So I don't use the closed top loads anymore. I kind of wrote around that and got rid of it. A departure from advanced ops is that all the unlabeled tracks, in the way I'm implementing this JMRI mashup, all unlabeled tracks just have no label. They're not tilde. So if they're not being used, they're just unlabeled. And for now, I'm sticking with the car label colors. I think that when you look at it, it's really easy. You just see blue, pick it up, red, set it out. Just at a glance, it makes switching a lot easier. So that's it for the changes I've made. And for now, I'm going to let this rest. It's kind of the middle of December here, and we're getting close to the holidays, so I'm not going to do anything to this subroutine for a while now. I think I've reached a point where it's pretty stable, and there's not much more I can do, so I'm just going to let it rest, and I'm just going to use it for a while and see if there's any little tweaks I need to make here and there, and then if that turns out okay, I'll just go ahead and post it up online. Thanks for watching.